They waited months, the school did, to suspend this teacher after receiving video evidence of inappropriate behavior. So we're watching the video now. You're seeing a little bit of this. This is in a classroom, friends. This is in a classroom, and you're seeing things that's a little creepy right there. Oh my goodness. Libs of TikTok, kudos to them. They received videos reportedly taken from inside the high school classroom in the footage from this Chesapeake High School history classroom. So it wasn't social studies or English this time, it was history.
Which is social studies.
Yeah, really. You can see students engaging in what appears to be either mimicking or sexual acts, and a minor wearing a sexually inappropriate outfit on school grounds. This type of behavior on school grounds would make any sane person ask, what kind of institution would let students behave like this? So they did some digging, and Katie, I'll let you pick up the story.
Well, yes, basically, Willa Horde, again, male teacher who teaches social studies and history and has this little safe space in the back of the room. He also runs the Gender and Sexuality Alliance organization at the school.
And
so, as we've talked about many a time on the show, that GSA, as it's called, it's supposed to be a student-run organization that unites the LGBTQ plus and allied youth to build community and organize around issues impacting them in their schools and communities. GSAs have evolved beyond their traditional role to serve as a safe space for the LGBTQ plus youth in middle schools and high schools, and they've emerged as vehicles for deep social change related to the racial, gender, and educational justice. And what you saw the many times now that we've showed the video is that space that they have physically put into his classroom is what he would consider his safe space for the GSA and all the folks. What high school kids interpret that is it's a free-for-all to do whatever they want, whenever they want, apparently, because the parents didn't know about this until it was a student member of the GSA made a media post that claimed both students and teachers would be disciplined for dead naming. And dead naming is basically, his name's William, and say, how dare you call him William? That's dead naming. That's not his name.
We dead named a few times already.
We've dead named, yes. And so when that post was made out, then they were able, there was more that people went into it. But as you can see, the posts that were put out by the GSA organization on their little Instagram or whatnot says, no wonder teachers are quitting. This is Chesapeake High School. And it's kind of hard to actually read what it says. But a friendly reminder that dead naming can and does count as sexual harassment. Feel free to remind the administrators of this when reporting an incident. And then just goes on and on about all of the things that basically students are going to do at the school because, hey, they're running roughshod over the school at this point, the students of this GSA.
I want to go back to those initials and what they stand for. Okay, I think years ago, there was the LGBT, and then they added Q, then they added the plus, then they added the I, A, and whatever, as you refer to as the alphabet soup.
Yeah.
Then a couple decades ago was the GLSEN, G-L-S-E-N, Gay, Lesbian, Straight Education Network, right? And now there's GSA, and this was new to me, Gender and Sexuality Alliance. This is in your son or daughter's school if they go to a public school. GSAs are around the country now. Don't say, oh, I live in a small town. They're not in my son or daughter's school.
Oh, yeah.
That would be a bit naive. By now, I hope you recognize that. So why do we do this? We're trying to raise awareness about what is actually happening. And when you get video evidence of this stuff and you see the picture of the guy, William, and going by Willa now, apparently, you know this is happening across the country. How many teachers, Katie, can you remember how many trans teachers or radical on the LGBTQ side have we exposed? And even before Educated on the Dr. Duke show, I mean, it never stops. There's never a lack of headlines. We have to decide what stories to touch on and report on this program every week.
It's true. And this is an important one because if, again, you're saying it's not in our school and whatnot, my kid listens to me, I'm mom and dad, well, buckle up, because this school, Horde, was actually referred to as a mom in various DMs, as they're called, direct messages from, well, his handle had been Billy H. And so Billy H would be messaging your students.
What?
Not about school issues, but just about, life issues and all of this different stuff. And it's like the one message that was sent out in May was, y'all are the absolute best, and I'm old and about to go to bed. Just saw the link and I thought I would sign on. Carry on, be gay, start a revolution. Yeah, we have mom's permission to go cause chaos. That's one student writing back to Billy H. Calling the teacher my mom.
Ooh.
Or your mom, like mom.
Yikes.
And so,
well, Katie, it does take a village.
I'm
kidding.
It does take a village.
All right.
But yeah, this is what Billy is spending time doing, is messaging your kids at nighttime, saying, "Hey, go out and be free." And then when they graduate, he's all excited, congratulating the people who graduated in May of 2022. Saying, now that you have graduated, I can be reached by private message for all the info on tattoo, politics, and religion. So, I mean,
great.
You think that the teachers have them until they're 18 and they graduate? No. Then they really have them afterwards.